Guys, how's it going, everybody? My name is Wiltwinger, and ladies and gents, welcome on back to a brand new LEGO DC Supervillains video. And today, we're gonna go on ahead and put together Jon Snow from the Game of Thrones universe inside LEGO DC Supervillains. With the popularity and the hype of Game of Thrones, which has definitely risen to like a fever pitch. I don't honestly even remember the last time that I could recall that a show was this popular, because it just seems like every Sunday night the entire internet is overtaken by the Game of Thrones phenomena. So I figured it'd be kind of cool to go on ahead and put together one of the most iconic and important characters in all of the Game of Thrones universe. Please avoid any spoilers down in the comment section below on Jon Snow, if you know what I mean. There's some massive spoilers in regards to this character. We're going to go on ahead and put together the Night's Watch version of this character, and I'm going to leave it up to you guys to decide whether or not we will be putting together any more variations of the character or any other characters from the Game of Thrones universe by going on ahead and putting a challenge out for this video. If this video here hits, let's set the goal something reasonable. Let's do 500 likes. If we reach 500 likes on this video, then I will go into the comment section, top comment with the top amount of likes, that character, whichever one is suggested, we're going to put together from the Game of Thrones universe. With that in mind, let's get to work, shall we? So, step number one is actually, you know what? I actually think we could probably just use this hairstyle, honestly, which is not bad. So, that hair should work for Jon Snow. Now, the one thing we're gonna need to do for sure is a cape, so let's figure that out as well. And I'm pretty sure the cape design that would work here would be something like this, and we're gonna go with an all black cape. Oh, okay, well now I'm not sure if we'll be able to do the cape, because I remember that he does have the fur thing that he wears as well. Will it let us have both? Just curious. Could we possibly, if let's say I picked this, because it would be so cool if we could do, let's say this, and then furthermore, if it lets us equip the cape after. Because sometimes, that stinks. Man, that is such a bummer. So we can't have both. That is so lame. Seriously? Man, oh man. Well, that definitely sends things to be far more difficult. I guess in theory, what we could do is also use this, because then you get like far more of the fur around the character, which almost makes it look like a cape as well. But I feel like at that point it would become like incredibly inaccurate. Now, to be fair, he didn't wear the cape all the time, so we could get away with just doing this as a design. So I think that's what we'll go with, because I think the fur look will look pretty sweet. So now let's think about some other aspects of the character. So I think the gloves that the character wears are... Oh man, I hope... I don't want to do the whole outfit as just a black attire, because I think that's just not accurate. But I think he did have black gloves, and then the armor that he wears is kind of almost like a mix between black and then dark brown. So that's sort of what we're going to strive for. So what I'm thinking we could do is we could do something like this, for example. Oh, whoops, sorry. Something like this, for example, where it would be, let's say, you see, if we went with the all black design like this, I just think it's going to look somewhat dull. So by mixing it, and let's say going with, we need like a really dark brown. So that, I guess, would work. Maybe we go the other way around. Sort of like that. So you get the sleeves. But it's so odd, because again, he did wear, even while in the Night's Watch, several different outfits. And the gloves he wears are quite high up on the arms. Like, they're not just like short gloves. So that's what's making me think that this could be a pretty cool look for the character. So we'll try that out. Now for the main chest plate. That's going to be the tough part for this character. Because it's a very distinct look. He did have like straps across the attire as well. So maybe something like that would look kind of sweet. I wonder what this would look like repainted into a black attire. It's not that great. The gold really stands out there. Nope. Nope. Does this repaint the orange? It does not. If it got rid of the orange there, that might have been a good option, honestly. That might have actually worked. Fortunately, it does not, so that makes it not such a good option. Ooh. That's not bad, because that gives us that kind of leather look to the outfit, which looks pretty cool. Let's see. I didn't scroll the way down, so let's first, before we make any calls, make sure we've looked through all the possibilities. I guess we could go with something like this as well, but again, I don't think that looks all that great. What gets repainted on this? Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's just keep scrolling. Maybe. Ooh, what about this? Oh, it doesn't repaint the whole thing. If it repainted the entire outfit, this actually probably would have looked pretty cool with the black straps and everything like that. It would look like a pretty sweet costume swap for the character. But since it doesn't, we got to move on. Move along. Does this get completely repainted? That's actually not bad. Even though it has that gray and everything, it's not too terrible. I'm guessing this one would look pretty cool too. So it does look pretty neat. Not bad for sure. That one is also a possibility. I almost feel like this one is better because the leather on this one is way darker, so it's harder to see. No, can't get rid of the reds there. Something like that looks cool, but again, doesn't really function very well for what we're going for. Okay, so the closest we got is maybe something like this. I want to see what this one looks like. Nah, that one has a much more like superhero feel, whereas this one has a lot more of a knight's kind of feel. All right, the hips, I think we can probably just recolor that to black to match the rest of the look there. Then for the legs, I think he does wear this like weird, I don't want to call it a skirt, but it's kind of like a skirt sort of thing. So maybe if we could find something relatively close to that, that would be kind of cool. Let's scroll through. If we can't, I do have a couple of ideas in mind. It's weird because you see, when I looked up a few costumes from Jon Snow as good googly boogly Night's Watch, it's weird because a lot of the cosplay is just literally legitimately all black outfit, whereas when you look at him on the actual screen footage, you can see that it's not just the dark black leather that he wears. There's like dark browns, and it's kind of a mix of colors, as well as things like even the boots, for example, being brown instead of black. So I don't know, I want to try to capture that to the best of our ability and not just, you know, go with the easiest, cheapest, like, hey, there you go, it's just a very simple black outfit design and you're done. Because I don't know, I think that's lame, it's inaccurate, and after all, we're trying to do as good of a job as we can and not just be done as fast as possible. Okay, so kind of a debate here, because we can go two ways. Method number one would involve designing something or selecting something a little bit more in terms of that skirt type piece that he's wearing. I wonder what gets recolored here. And go with something like this. So it would be that, which I guess is not terrible. Now, on the other hand, what we could do And I think that that's the cooler look, would be to do something like this. Go with the black here and then give him the dark brown boots on the legs, right? Which I think looks a little bit cooler. So I like that combo wombo there, and we're going to try that out. Now, a few other key elements that we have to nail down here with the design is, of course, changing up the face. So we want to find a face that has kind of, I guess, sort of like a... He didn't have like a full-on beard like this. So we don't want to put together a beard that's just like super duper flushed out. That's why I feel like the 5 o'clock shadow sort of design looks better. Maybe even something like that, honestly. You know? We're gonna repaint that. No wrinkle colors, no glasses or anything like that. And let me think. Just trying to figure out, is there any way that we could possibly have both a cape and that... I just don't think it's going to let us. Unfortunately, the game says, hey, if you want the cape, you got to get rid of this... whatever that is, like that fur thing. It's just such a bummer. I just don't understand why. Could it be maybe a different cape? No. Yeah, you see, I mean, I really like the cape look. I think it looks really cool. I mean, it actually does look cooler with the cape like that. We gotta go with the cape, honestly. It just looks way cooler. And then, of course, we gotta switch up the weapon. Give him a knight's sword. I think that one is probably a bit more accurate. And the color on that one is fine. Dark gray. Ideally, we would want to be able to repaint the handle white, but it's not going to let us do that. So, let's go on ahead and enter the name of our very first Game of Thrones inspired Lego design in the Lego DC Supervillains video games, or video games, sorry. And with that in mind, let's go on ahead and actually jump out. This is not a spoiler for Game of Thrones, by the way. Jon Snow does not learn how to fly. That would be very bizarre if he did, if he suddenly became Superman. He's like, that's the twist. He's actually Superman. And be like, what the heck? That'd be crazy. But I will say, I actually am very, 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 very happy with what we were able to come up with. Especially because, you see, when you have characters from medieval or like fantastical universes, it's very easy to just go like, okay, it's just an all black outfit, and therefore they become really boring to look at. But we actually managed to capture some really cool elements for this character, and I think it turned out really, really, really well. Let me know if you guys would like to see other characters from the Game of Thrones universe done up in a Lego style, whether it be Daenerys or maybe Ned Stark or many different characters that have come and gone through the different iterations. Let me know by hitting that like button on this video. If we reach 500 likes, like I said, I'm going to go to the top comment with the most amount of likes, and that will be the next character that we will be putting together from the Game of Thrones universe. With that in mind, thanks all for watching. Have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll see you all later, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.